Hello and welcome to this next episode of Love, Life, and Energy. This episode is going to be about why do we actually sabotage ourselves and avoid doing those things that we know is going to give us the good results that we want and lead us to that happy, loving relationship that we deserve. Why do we keep doing these things and putting these things off? This is what I'm going to talk about today. And if you're stuck in this situation, this is going to give you some amazing insights to help you break through. So stick around and you're going to love it.
Hey, my name is Michelle Chung, and I'm a live manifestation expert, which means I help women manifest their soulmate live in person, offline. And I help career-driven A-type alpha women find their man so they can have the amazing, committed, and effortless relationship they deserve.
So today I want to talk about why do we procrastinate? Why do we put things off that we know are good for us? Classic example being, having the health and fitness that we really want. We talk about, I want to look good in a bikini. I want to fit well into my clothes. And, yet we all know that doing exercise, breathing well, drinking lots of water, all those things we know that we have to do in order to get the results we want. We know we need to do them, but we find excuses. We say, I don't have time. I have little kids now. I'm really busy with my job. We have all these excuses that we don't have the time or commitment level to do this. And I was actually speaking to a very good friend, and we did our Psych K process together. And that's the process that I do to help people release any traumas or experiences from the past that's embedded in the subconscious, to help release that from the body so that we can create space, so that we can create a new kind of programming that's healthy, create new goals that's actually conducive to what we want in our life. And one of the major things we were talking about was she wanted to find love. She wanted to find that happy, healthy relationship. And she has my program. She has lots of other programs that she knows is going to help her to get to where she wants to go, to release any of those past unhappy experiences from her mind. Yet she's always too tired. She's working a full-time job, which is, we're working, where we have our careers, we have our lives and our families. But she does know that she can make time. And most of us can make a little bit of time, whether it be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, half an hour in our day or in our week. We know that we have that time, and time is an illusion anyway, right? And we were talking about this and wondering, why is she not taking the right actions to get the results? Why do we procrastinate, right? And this actually comes back to where I talk about fear of success. How a lot of, well, not just alpha women who are career focused and very achievement oriented, most of us actually fear success. So this old idea of fear of failure, yes, there is that fear of getting out of your comfort zone, all those kind of things that stop us and keep us safe. But this new kind of, well, not new, but this type of fear is actually much worse for us, especially if we want to get to the result that we want, which is a happy relationship or to meet our soulmate. So what is that fear of success? What does that actually mean? So that fear of success is actually more about, you know that you can actually achieve anything you want. You do have that self-belief. Yet when you actually achieve what you want, that's the thing that you're actually rejecting and resisting. I know it sounds really strange, but one of the questions I do ask is, how will your life change when you actually get what you want? When you actually meet your soulmate? When you actually achieve the dream career or life or body health? How will your life change? And often having that change so much that we need to lose our friends, that we need to start saying no to things that, we previously just put up with, having to do all those extra steps that really get us out of our comfort zone. Part of this is that avoidance strategy, isn't it? If we know that we can really get what we want, then a bit of self-sabotage along the way will stop us from getting there. Another classic example is, I don't get enough sleep, so I don't have enough time. When I do have time, I should be sleeping. And so it's that idea of lack of sleep is the reason why I'm not studying that course that will give me those results, to do that journaling, to repeat those affirmations or goal statements that will make a difference in your life, right? We use sleep, and sleep becomes the self-sabotage. Lack of sleep. I'd rather sleep than focus on that program that's going to give me the results. So that in itself starts to become that sabotage and that resistance. But all these things are created in the subconscious mind to protect you. And so a lot of the time when we make those common excuses of, I don't have enough time, I need to find the money to do that program, I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready to do something new, I need to have this before I can do this. That's always the excuse in our lives, isn't it? So for example, if we fear the result, if we fear actually going into a relationship, I know a lot of people are like, why would I fear going into a new relationship? That doesn't make sense. I really want that new relationship. In my friend's case, what we started to recognize was, what were the traumas from her past relationships? What is she still subconsciously carrying in her programming that says to her, if you enter the next relationship, it's going to be like that one from the past. And so this is a common pattern that I actually see in a lot of students, that resistance going forward into a new relationship because of that conditioning, that relationships are hard, a lot of shouting, a lot of worries, a lot of fears. Is he narcissistic? Am I losing myself? Am I losing my freedom? Am I losing my independence? Do I stop doing what I love doing because now I'm with somebody and it's restricting me in some way? So if you have those kind of beliefs in your subconscious programming, this is the major reason why you're resisting your next relationship, even though consciously you're thinking, I really want to be loved and be with my soulmate. So if you fear your next relationship, if you fear what it's going to be like, then automatically you would protect yourself, self-sabotage yourself, procrastinate so that you don't get the results that you want. And this resistance is keeping us safe, and it's keeping us trapped, and it's keeping us stopping. It's stopping us from having the relationship that we want. So actually breaking through this resistance and your emotional blocks is really the key. So what happened with the session with my friend, we actually did a Psych K session together. We did a little bit of life coaching at the beginning of the session. We talked about what was she resisting, and she realized her past relationships were full of losing herself, shouting, arguing, and feeling like she was not chosen. She was feeling like, oh, that just fell into that relationship and there it is. Not that they actually came together and that she truly chose her partner, and that feeling of, I'm just going to get stuck with, second best or settle, right? A lot of women have that feeling that, they don't want to settle for relationships. And this had been going on for her. And so her subconscious was protecting her, projecting these ideas of, that's what your next relationship is going to be like. So don't study the online program. Don't do those techniques to release. Don't do all those things, because we need to keep you safe. So what happened in our Psych K sessions together? We were able to release this from the body, from the nervous system. And once you release that, it also has a lot to do with the kind of hormones that your body is used to receiving from these experiences. So sometimes when you hold on to all these things, it's also a hormonal thing where your body is used to having this stress, this cortisol, these kind of hormones that make you feel a certain way. And our body gets used to that. And that's why we start to create a certain kind of posture. Our shoulders start to curve over. We protect our heart. So that's the other key as well, is to release all those negative emotions and understand the body is safe, you're safe, you're safe to be loved and safe to reach your potential within any relationship going forward. And releasing that will give you space. It'll give you space to create a new future, create new goal statements, create a new opportunity and possibility that your conscious mind already knows, but it's just not aligning with your subconscious programming. So this is why we sabotage ourselves, and a lot of us avoid those things. We give all those excuses, like I mentioned before. And this is why we're never able to truly get into the relationship that we really want and to attract our soulmate from our inside, our soul, who we truly are, because we're always attracting what we're projecting, which is that hurt, which is that I need to feel a certain way. So can you fulfill that role of making me feel a certain way? And that's what we keep attracting in our lives, with our partners, with our work, with our family relationships, even our friendships. And so if we keep projecting that hurt, those traumas, we keep attracting that, and the cycle continues. And what happens then? We pass that on to next generations, pass that on to our kids. Those of you who have young kids between up to the age of about 6 or 7, Dr. Bruce Lipton says this is the stage when kids absorb all this subconscious programming from our parents. And so we love our parents. We know that they didn't know any of this when they were doing it to us. And we forgive them, and we choose to stop this next generation of unhealthy subconscious programming. We choose to end it with us. And so we do our own inner work so that we can pass on healthy, amazing, abundant, creative, workable subconscious beliefs to our kids and going forward. And it's as simple as that. It's not easy, but if you really choose to do the work within yourself, it can be an easy and really beautiful relationship that you have. And letting go and releasing of these resistance blocks, it's a major part of what I do in my program, Manifest Love. I'll take you through the 3 phases of releasing, rewriting, and receiving love. So if you're interested in how to do that for yourself, and this is really, really the key. You can do manifesting until you're blue in the face, but until you get this part right, your manifestations will take a long time to come to you, if ever. So make sure you check out my online webinar. It's a free webinar. You can check out the link below to register for free. Check it out, and you can see how you can actually overcome self-sabotaging yourself and actually start taking those actions that you know you need to do in order to get the results that you want. So hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have any other questions, make sure you contact me on my Instagram at Michelle Chung Coach. Send me any questions that you have. If you'd like to hear about other topics for other episodes, please let me know, and I'll see you next time.